Hello and welcome back. My name is V, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about Into the Emerald Dream and why I'm super excited for it. If you happen to be new here on the channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video for some good luck, and let me know in the comments if you're excited for the new Hearthstone expansion and why. When it comes to me and my opinion of the new expansion, a lot of it has formed during the theory crafting, and honestly, up until I started playing with the new cards, I did not realize just how fun imbue mechanic is. I think it's so refreshing, and most importantly, I feel like each imbue is giving classes their own identity. The first time I ever felt this way in Hearthstone was probably during the Knights of the Frozen Throne, wherein each of the hero cards got kind of an upgraded hero power, but this time around it feels like these hero powers are doing more. More so for some classes than for the others, but still, I think it's a very healthy change. It's a good mechanic and a lot of fun. Another reason why I'm super hyped for it is probably the dragons. I do love dragons in every way, shape, and form, and I'm not necessarily saying that each dragon-themed expansion in Hearthstone has been great. Some dragons have been absolutely broken, some didn't really do that much for the game, but I think that this expansion's dragons are super fun. And even though I tried to make the imbue dragon paladin a thing during theory crafting and it wasn't very successful, I still think it's one of the most fun dragon decks that you can play into the Emerald Dream. And I'm gonna try and mess around with the deck a little bit more and see what I can do with it, because it's just so fun to play. Also, this has not that much to do with the Emerald Dream itself, but with all the recent news regarding the Hearthstone competitive scene. And I'm not saying I'm fully invested into going competitive, but it's still really exciting to see all these changes, and it's nice to know that for anyone who wants to start competing at least from this month or next month or whatever, there's a really cool expansion to play, because there's nothing worse than wanting to go competitive but really disliking the expansion or the meta that you're in. So I feel like even if I want to go down that road, and again, I'm not saying I will necessarily try to do that in the next month or so, but this expansion might just motivate me to spend more time in the ladder. Also, I'm a massive Death Knight and Hunter fan, and whenever an expansion comes out, those two classes are normally the first ones that I try to play around with. At first, Death Knight seemed a bit confusing with the leeches until I actually experienced someone else playing this deck against me in theory crafting, and that's when I realized just how full of potential the leech Death Knight is. And I think I'm gonna be very tempted. It does feel a little bit toxic to go into a fight knowing that you essentially want to suck away your opponent's HP so that they can't heal over it, but honestly it's a bit OP, and with the recent nerfs on the Death Knight, I am kind of looking for a new Death Knight deck to play, and that one feels different from the Zerg stuff that we've been playing for the past few months, but it's a different kind of excitement, and honestly I love the way it looks. As for Hunter, I've started my whole Hearthstone journey as a mid-range Hunter player, and Hunter will always have a special place in my heart, and I will always try to play Hunter during theory crafting and during the new expansion overall. And seeing that a Hunter with imbue actually has a lot of potential is giving me a lot of hope that this expansion is just gonna be so fun for anyone enjoying Hunter. And lastly, this is just a very personal reason for me, but I am a druid main in World of Warcraft, and seeing that there's a druid themed expansion, even though I don't necessarily play druid in Hearthstone, is really kind of nice. It's giving me that lore incentive to play my cards once again, and similarly to how I really enjoyed playing the StarCraft themed expansion, I really like this, and I don't know if I'll get myself into the whole druid aspect, as I mostly play the corrupted ones. I am looking forward to it. What are your thoughts on the new expansion? Let me know in the comments, and tell me what you're looking forward to the most. If you're new here, do subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you next video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and bye bye.